Governor DeSantis says Florida could receive 175,000 doses of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine sometime this week. And so Fox 35 wanted to know what the rollout will look like in counties like Seminole and who will get it. We do want to bring in now with more information on this is Seminole County Emergency Management Director Alan Harris. It is good to see you, Alan. How are you this morning?
Good to see you. Doing very well today. Certainly a lot of excitement as we expand the groups and expand the vaccine.
So let's talk a little bit more about that, because there is a lot of excitement, but there's also a lot of confusion, right? Because people want to know, where do I go? Who's eligible? There are so many questions, and I know you have some of those answers. So let's start with who's going to be eligible, where can they go, when can we expect all of this to begin?
Sure. So in Seminole County, we've always had a four-prong approach. We have mobile deliveries, so we will have mobile pods throughout the community. Next week, we will be targeting the new groups of K through 12 school staff 50 and older and sworn law enforcement 50 and older at our mobile site. Our Oviedo Mall, of course, is open 5 days next week. And the reason it's not open more days is simply there's just not a lot of vaccine coming into the county. So we can do 4,600 doses, and that's it. So with the mobile delivery and with the fixed site at Oviedo Mall, that's pretty much, unfortunately, all that we can do at this point.
And so having said that, then when can we expect Seminole County to get the J&J vaccine?
Yeah, so that's the huge question, and we've been asking for it immediately. We were always very well poised to receive any vaccine, and we told the state that. We bought ultra-cold freezers because we knew the Pfizer would require that. We had other types of freezers for the Moderna. We have plenty of space and refrigerators for Johnson & Johnson. We wanted to make sure that whatever it is, that they could send it to us. Unfortunately, the state has not provided the counties with the allocations of Johnson & Johnson. So we're hoping that they'll be able to provide that to us pretty soon. And if so, then we can open up additional sites here in Seminole County.
And I know Johnson & Johnson says they're going to start rolling out the vaccine here within the next couple of days. I do want to talk a little bit now about eligibility for the vaccine, because we've talked, Ellen, about how people are now going to have to prove, right, that they are medically vulnerable and they're going to be able to get these vaccines. I can't tell you how many emails and direct messages from viewers that I've gotten because they're saying, I'm medically vulnerable, right? I've got ABC, XYZ. How do we know who are the most medically vulnerable and who will be eligible for this vaccine?
Sure. So in the executive order, it says that the doctor must deem them extremely vulnerable, in quotes, extremely vulnerable to COVID-19. So how do they determine that? The new executive order that came out yesterday says that there will be a form. We asked for that form. Unfortunately, that form is not created. So at this point, what we can only take is doctor's notes and prescriptions. And individuals have already done this. Individuals have walked into the Oviedo Mall and other locations. I know they've happened in other counties with doctor's notes and prescriptions. Unfortunately, because they weren't part of the executive order at that time, they were not given the vaccine. Now they are, so they will be given the vaccine starting tomorrow.
That is great news, I'm sure, for a lot of people. And also, just to compliment you guys on the wonderful work you're doing in Seminole County. We appreciate your efforts, Alan. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks for being with us. All right.